We're back. I don't really see the point in another introduction, but if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend doing that first. Here you go, you can watch that here. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's continue with the review. After talking about the murder, Bluecoat hands Leather Jacket a questionnaire that she apparently filled out earlier. Then it gets a little awkward for a second.
Yeah, they probably have second thoughts about ever going on another date. Yeah.
Leather Jacket then starts rambling on about the questionnaire.
The other participants, well, most of them anyway, answered questions 3 and 4 the same way as you. You're the second person to choose to live on a deserted island in question 2.
Throughout the scene, there were several shots of a shadow walking past an arrow for some reason. Why should I care? The movie doesn't give a shit, so why should I?
But my schedule looks pretty booked up this week.
Oh man, this movie dialogue reminds me so much of the Birdemic driving scenes. They're both completely pointless, and all they do is pad out the runtime and make the movies almost unbearable to watch. Is it really important to the story if we know when exactly their schedules line up? No, of course it's fucking not. So why is it in the movie?
Is Wednesday a good day?
Wednesday I have something in the evening. What about Tuesday evening?
Around 7 p.m.?
Yeah?
Man, this movie's just the fucking worst, isn't it?
New synapses will form inside an injured brain.
Yay, time to watch a lecture about the brain! How exciting! Oh, thank God that scene was only like 20 seconds long. But it was completely pointless, so why the fuck was it in the movie in the first place?
Mike? Is that you?
So Lady in Purple thinks she hears someone named Mike and goes looking for him. I'm gonna play the end of the scene in its entirety just so you can see how frustratingly long some of these fucking shots are. Sorry for the long wait, I just thought you guys needed to experience the pain that I felt while watching this movie earlier. Almost the entire movie is like that, by the way. Oh, I just want to die. So this dude, possibly Mike, finds Purple Jacket.
Haley?
Okay, Haley. Mike? In another room, and she says...
There was a class on the cabinet.
Then they talk about picking up things from an apartment after someone died. They're probably talking about the person who died earlier in the movie, but I don't know, because this movie's so nonsensical, they could be talking about fucking anyone.
When he was here during the winter, we talked about what he had seen. That was severe injury, a patient with Alzheimer's.
Well, that right there may have very well been an important line, but it was butchered so badly I couldn't understand what was being said at all. Severe injury, Alzheimer's. There's a scene with the doctor lady talking about nerve damage for some reason. Nothing of importance happens. Let's move on. Next, there's a scene where previously wearing a leather jacket guy is talking on the phone with somebody, apparently about printing something. Nothing happens in that scene either, so I'm gonna move on again. Now there's a scene with Bluecoat on the phone, and guess what? Nothing of importance happens in this scene either. How creative and new! It's pretty bad when the most interesting thing on screen is this computer facing away from the camera. I mean, what's the computer's history? It's obviously old. How often is it used? Did they buy it at a garage sale? Is the keyboard even plugged into it? So many questions that'll never be answered. Oh yeah, and like Bluecoat's talking about biochemistry or some shit.
Biochemistry is one of the hardest subjects.
Oh, so you're just gonna hang up without saying goodbye. Dick move, Bluecoat, dick move.
So we went to the restaurant across the street.
Whoa,
because,
what was
well,
that cut all about? Just a friendly reminder that this movie cost $5 million to make. That's right, $5 million. So in this scene, they talk about somebody developing allergies to shrimp. Boring. Next scene. Previously in a leather jacket guy walks into a building and places a blank sign on the wall that they then later had to impose psychology exercise and post for some reason. Why though? I can somewhat understand the post in post this corporation sign, but in this situation, you can just print the words on the paper. Here, I'll do it right now.
What makes a signal that tells a muscle to contract different from a signal that tells an entire hand to contract?
I'm sorry, what? I can't hear you over the sound of you not recording that line again. Anyway, he spots some fake, I'm gonna stop yelling, science mumbo-jumbo about a device that he and Bluecoat are gonna use later. Bluecoat shows up wearing a green coat and they talk about the machine. Also, just a side note, the machine completely disappears from one shot to the next. Shit like this is all over this movie, but if I pointed all of them out, this review would be longer than the movie itself. So finally, after talking about it for what feels like an eternity, they finally decide to actually use the machine. And we get to see the wonderful animation created by Bluecoat's mind. Pausing for a second here, I actually did some research and found an interview with the director online. Apparently the movie actually did cost about $5 million to make, but shooting only cost between $30,000 and $40,000. The rest was spent on sound and animation. I'll just let that sink in for a second. Okay, that's good enough.
Wait, you had the same pictures in your head before the murder?
The week before it happened.
So, I guess Bluecoat can see visions of the future or something? I don't know, I'm not questioning it, why should you? They then cut to a random video of... Yeah, that. Anyway, they decide to push on with the exercise to see if they can use her visions to catch the murderer. The exercise consists of a shitload of random questions about picturing things in your head, and pretty much all of them are entirely pointless. So after about 10 minutes of bad animation, the murder plot actually starts to kick up again, with the poorly animated woman in a yellow shirt throwing things at a wall. This happens... Wait, what was that? Okay, well then. We then get to witness the best fight scene in all of cinematic history, and find out the shocking truth.
A woman was trapped in her room. She has multiple stab wounds and she's in critical condition.
Her visions that she said were real, and that you could kind of tell were real, turn out to actually be real. Well, now that that shocking fact has been uncovered, it's time for more random questions with random animation. How wacky and cool. I feel like this is a good place to end this part. This movie's driving me insane again, so I just need another break. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this because I sure didn't, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Now it's time for me to try to repress all these memories of this movie. At least until I have to do the next part.